So this looks like a huge drop. That's because we're on the 1 minute chart. So it's very short time frame. What that means, for those of you that don't know, is that each one of these candles, each one of these bars was 1 minute. And if you change to the 3 minute, then each candle is 3 minutes, and so on. So these are my favorites up here, but there are a lot of different time frames. I have stars by the one, and I'm using TradingView for those of you that haven't been watching. I have a course that I just finished, although it's not launched yet. But if you don't know how to do any of this, then you can reach out to me. There are links in the bottom of the description. So this looks like a sharp dive right here, but it's not that bad because it's only the 1 minute chart. There are 3 waves coming down right here. And each wave is almost the same length. Almost got down there, a little bit short. So it looks like it's done going down for the time being. So let's zoom out here and get the big picture first. Okay, the weekly chart is just too much going on because Doge, basically on the weekly chart, you can see that Doge is a little baby. So let's go to the daily chart. And as you can tell, I was drawing a lot of Elliott waves on here already. And I think I was doing that while I was making my program. So I'll just leave it there for now. However, I'll turn them off so that you can see, but if I turn it back on, you can see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves going up. That was obvious. Now we've got 1, 2, 3 coming down. And this is what I think is going on right there from a previous video. So I've been doing these several days a week, and I have this one charted. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so last time we drew this little arrow because this hadn't dropped down yet. As you can tell, it dropped almost exactly where I drew that arrow, but I wasn't trying to be precise. I was just trying to show the shape, the basic thing that would happen. Well, that happened already, obviously, and it's already back up 3 waves here. And this to me just looks like another 3 waves. Let me change the color of that. Something that sticks out. Can you see that? Okay, can you see the 3 waves shapes? This is not a 5 wave like we had back here. If we go all the way back here, and there's 2, I'm going to delete some of these. If you want to see this, obviously they're in my program. It's not for the public yet, but I will accept a few people. I want to get 5 people in the program to test it before I release it officially. That way, if there's anything I should add or anything like that, make sure to add it in. As you can see here, there are 5 waves going up with 5 subwaves going up. And I go into detail into this And like I said, in my program and probably in some of my other previous videos, I have some crypto playlists on my channel. So obviously this is not happening right now because there are not 5-wave patterns inside of 5-wave patterns. We're in a totally different, I mean, look at this shape. This is a correction, and it's a common type of correction, W, X, Y, X, Z. If that's done, but I don't think it's done. Still making 3 waves, 3 waves. So I'm waiting for this sideways action to end, and it's never ending. I'm going to get rid of all the drawings. Alright, I can see the 3 waves going up here. And this looks like 1, 2, 3 to me, coming back down. So whatever's going on right now, since July 8th, that's what I'm going to zoom in on. Because that's, and I say this in every video, we're in a bear market. So we're underneath this white line. I have these moving averages set up, and I showed you how to do that in another video. When we're below that moving average, it's a bear market. And it's been like this for weeks and months with just little pokes up to the above. So it's foolish to just expect that it's going to go up because somebody tweets when we're in a bear market. That's not how it works. And I'm not judging, but it's very, what's the word? I'm sugarcoating this. But it's very, the nicest way I can put it is that people are advertising their ignorance when they talk about almost anything, actually. But when somebody actually knows there are scientific laws that are determining some of this. So there are some ways we can predict. It's not 100% foolproof. However, there's a lot of predictive power because history repeats itself, because people are predictable. Human beings, even though Doge is new or newer, it's still under the same universe as stocks or something else. So as long as we're looking at the chart, then there are some predictabilities that we can count and that are reliable. And then there are other things that aren't as reliable, but, oh, my alerts are going off. There is a module in the program about how to set up the alerts. I also think I touched on that in some previous YouTube videos that are up for free. So, we've definitely got 3 waves. We're in a bear market that's just repeating 3 waves, 3 waves. So if I turn this stuff back on, it might start making sense that I'm just tracking the 3 waves. Here's another one right here, so that you can see what they look like. But the sideways action is difficult. It's not recommended to trade in a bear market unless you know the risks and if you know what's going on. Now, as you can see over here, did we dipped back in my previous buy zone again? Wow. And I drew this weeks ago, and it was way back here, but it's dipped in 2 more times. I'm not going to be surprised if it goes down further. However, I'm expecting it, as you can see here, I was expecting it to go up first before we do another 3 waves down. And kind of like this right here. There's 3 waves, and inside the 3 waves, there are 3 waves. See that? Okay, do you see all these 3 waves? These are subwaves of, I'll try to change the color so that you can see the difference. Okay, so this one coming down is 1 wave, and it's got 3 subwaves. This one going sideways also has 3 subwaves. This one coming down, it doesn't just go straight down. It goes down in waves, and it comes back. So if you understand how this works, you won't freak out because you know at some point it's going to come back. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen when you want it to happen. And also, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. But you can apply this to stocks, index funds, anything that you can chart on a chart like this, you can apply these Elliott waves to. I'm going to delete these, but that's kind of how this correction is working. Now, it's not always 3 waves. So the impulsive waves up, if you notice before, were 5 waves going up. Back here. Back when it was a bull market. You see that white line, the same white line that I said when we're under it, it's a bear market? Well, we were over it almost the whole way up, except for a couple times it poked below. And those would have been the times to buy, ideally. And as I've been trading the RSI, which is up here. And I have videos about that on YouTube and also a module about the RSI in the course as well. And that is coming soon to a channel near you. All right. So I'm just watching these waves of 3. And there was one, here's a subwave of 3 going sideways right there. And we're just in some of this sideways action right now. And it's not enjoyable. And that's why it's not really recommended to trade during the corrections. Because there's a lot of overlapping price action and waves that are hard to count going sideways. So this whole time here, since the SNL episode basically, it's been the worst time to trade. That's not stopping me from doing it, but I'm just telling you honestly that that's the truth. So anyone living in a fantasy and just magically waiting for tweets to magically send the price up, that's definitely not my strategy at all, and I don't recommend that to be yours. Instead, learn how to do your own analysis so that you don't have to rely off of other people's call, because that way you have to wait till their call to buy, then you have to wait till their call to sell. I mean, I have alerts set for the RSI that I talk about, and that it's not 100% foolproof way, but it is really good, and it's been working pretty darn well for me. So that being said, that doesn't mean that it's not risky. Because as when you're talking about crypto or Doge, what's the underlying asset? If like when we're talking about investing, which I don't know, I don't think this is investing, I think this is speculating. And again, that's not stopping me from doing it, but at least I'm honest with what it is. So if you want to invest in something, you should, the premise is that you make money when you buy the investment. You make money when you buy, not when you sell. That's investing. Now, if that's not the case, then it's speculating. It's gambling, wishing it will go up, praying it will go up after you buy. So do you see the difference? One of them, and what does it mean that you made money when you buy? It means whatever you're buying is worth more than you're paying in value when you bought it, not just waiting for it to go up. So again, I think that this is more like speculating because what's the underlying asset? A blip on a chip? But anyway, okay, well, we're still kind of waiting for this lingering wave. This is just sideways and overlapping all the reasons that everyone hates to trade in a bear market. But what we do have here is we had a buy signal earlier, and that's a buy signal for me. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a good buy signal for you. But I'm just sharing what I have been learning and doing. Now, I'm not doing this every single time because crypto is trading 24/7 and I'm not awake 24/7. So that's another difficulty, but you just have to deal with it. So see how this here on the RSI up here at the top. See how it dipped below? Dipped here once, right here. Then it dipped again, right here, and again, but it didn't even go below on the RSI that time, below that line. And I have an alarm set, an alert set there. That's why that box keeps popping up. So that would have been a pretty good buy signal for me. And then when it dropped down yet again and stayed up there on the RSI, this is going upwards, and this is going down. That is how I think is one of the best ways to trade, but I'm not telling you what to do. And then what's the opposite of it? What about how to sell? Well, we're above this line on the RSI, above 70. So it might keep, if it keeps going higher and higher on the price, but lower and lower on the RSI, then it would be a sell signal. Or you could just play it safe, and if you bought like down here, you could have just looked to get out right there. But you could wait until we have more of a three-wave shape. But if you were just scalping, you could have just played this right here. It only went up like 1 cent. But that's a lot when it's only 20 cents. Does that make sense? Ha 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 ha. All right. Anyway, these are the better signals, I think, than waiting for someone to tweet. Because you can look at it yourself and you don't have to FOMO and get scared and leave your risk, give up your responsibility to someone else and just blame them if it goes up or down. That's good luck with that. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend that on my channel. All right, well, and we can see more of these buy and sell signals. Now, I'm on the 1 minute chart. So you could do that same thing on a different time frame. Because the 1 minute chart is a little bit too fast. If you're not glued to your computer, if you're doing something else or if you have another job or whatever, then you can trade on a longer time frame, like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 day. I mean, I have a bunch of stuff drawn there, but you can trade the daily, because look, it went down right here on the RSI, it dipped below. That was on June 21st or so. That could have been a buy signal on the daily RSI. But don't switch back and forth between time frames during one trade. Stick to the time frame to make the trade in and out, because that way you'll get, the same readings basically on the chart. Now you can zoom if you see this on the daily. If you see that potential signal, you could go in on the closer charts, closer time frame, and look into more detailed waves to pick the exact time to get in and out. And then you can go back to the daily, and does that make sense? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is any of this making sense? Do you have questions on some of it? Let me know, because I'm making this video for your benefit, not for... I could do my own technical analysis by myself, but people were asking for more videos and more Doge videos, so I'm going to do another video. I'm going to make it a separate video where I talk about the news. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments, because a lot of people I see in the other Doge videos on YouTube, I looked in the comments and I saw people's ideas and questions and concerns, and I did a video about that the other day, and I want to do another one like that if you liked it. So that other video I made was called, let's see, what was that? Let me check my channel and see the exact name of that. I think it was called The Real Reason Dogecoin is Crashing. And it was from 4 days ago. And not many people watched it. I don't know, the YouTube algorithm really did me dirty on that one. Sometimes I don't understand. Some of my videos get hundreds of views the first day, and sometimes they are a complete dud. So it's difficult, honestly, running the channel, but I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to nail it on every one, and it's not that easy. So from 4 days ago, I have one called The Real Reason Dogecoin is Crashing. It's not what you think. Because I was reading some of the comments on someone else's channel, and I realized that people almost know nothing about it whatsoever, and it's a little bit scary and shocking what the people are thinking. So it's definitely worth a view to get another perspective from just the mass hysteria of people that don't know what they're talking about at all. And I'm not judging them for that, I'm just telling you it like it is. Because people on my channel know that I just tell the truth even when it's not popular. And on that note, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. More videos coming. Thank you to everyone that's been supportive. Thank you for all the awesome comments. Wow, I had some really great feedback recently. Thank you so much. There are a few people that are interested in jumping into the program and giving it a test before I officially launch it. So I'll give you a special deal on that if you're watching. Just reach out to me. There's a link in the bottom of the description, or you can. I made a brand new Instagram at the Daily Doge. The Daily Doge, D-O-J-I. And it's a brand new one, but that's a decent way to message me if you can't figure out my scheduling software. It's not that hard. So if you do want to get in touch with me, there's a link in the description towards the bottom. And I will talk to you then, or I will see you in the next video. If you're watching this in the replay, thank you so much. And thank you for all the new subscribers recently, too. It's been awesome. So I'll see you in the next one, and I'll answer your comments as they come in. Peace.